I'm here with four-time NFR qualifier Keven Daniel. Talk to me a little bit about this year. You're open with Chase Trine this year. Y'all have had a phenomenal year. Probably the best year you've ever had going in the NFR. Is that right?
Yep. Yep.
And done a really good job of roping this year. Y'all been really consistent. One of the top 5 teams seems like all year, just catching steers over and over. Tell me a little bit about that.
Oh, it's just been a blessing. First of all, I give God all the glory because none of us could be here doing what we're doing without him. And Chase is a great partner. We've just built something together. It's one of them deals where you got a good partnership, and day in and day out, you know what each other's going to do, and it's just good to build on stuff like that, no matter if we're good or bad. It's always good when we get in the truck with each other, no matter if we had one for 2 weeks or we've been winning for 2 weeks. We don't let the highs and lows get to us. And it's been a lot of learning process for the last 6 years, my 7th year rodeoing, and to watch guys that are veterans that what they've went through, and try to put myself through them same shoes, and just keep working hard at it. And one thing that Clay Cooper and Al always said, if you ever quit learning, you can't get any better. So that's just been us. We just keep try to build on it, every year.
Your run with Chase looks to me like, it's monotonous to watch because you just go do the same thing over and over and over every run, every steer. It doesn't matter what situation you're in. It looks like y'all make the exact same run over and over. And to me, that's why y'all have had so much success last year and this year, because you haven't deterred from that. You've just been making the same run. Tell me a little bit about that and how you've learned from in the past to seems like this year and last year you figured something out right there.
I think it's just a consistency, of watching the guys that have won all the years. It's ever since I've been out here, the guys that's always been on top. They do the same thing every time. And that's just what I wanted to get to, was have a partner that we could every time, no matter what. And I got off of it a little bit this summer, and I try to start making more things happen. And when you start trying to force things, it's anything, jackpot and rodeo, and it just becomes tough. So we just try to work every day, whether we go fast or we just catch, just to make it the same all the time. And then it just builds your confidence when you show up somewhere to just get out there and go make your run. And, we're open against the best 30 guys in the world every week, so, if you beat me, then, that's just how it is. We're all rope good. It's just one of those deals that it's almost like I run 131 steers this year from the starting at Mesquite or Kansas City of last year all the way up to Ellensburg short round. And Chase and I caught, I think it was 63 or 65 steers, which that's only half, 50%. So day in and day out, when you're only catching 50%, it's not bad. But I like to see it 75 or 80, because last year when we started open, we were at 70%. So I just think it's knowing that's built. I've had a lot of questions of how do you keep your mental game good, and I think it's just when you've got that much confidence in your team, it makes your mental game a lot better too.
I agree, and I think that's. I definitely think that's the key to y'all's success has been that, and by watching and competing against you, and also I think that for young people or people that hadn't been out here and done this, I think that's something that the confidence is everything, and having confidence in your team and going and making good runs over and over, it builds confidence and just lets you escalate more and more and more.
It does. I just, going in and talking about confidence, it just shows, like in your roping this fall, it showed when you and Buck got to roping together and build something that, y'all was a team to reckon with, and it just showed that, if you were comfortable, Bucky was comfortable, and that's the thing out here when guys are comfortable with each other, and it's good to see. I like to see good guys win. So when stuff like that happens, it makes you happy. To see that when guys feel like they've got it back and rolling. It's good.
Now let me. You stayed with me for a couple 3 years at the winter over there, and we had some mean ping pong games and stuff over there in our little room that we had set up. You're roping from back then till now. The mental aspect of it, when you first came out here and you first started rodeoing through the first, I would say 3 or 4, maybe even 5 years, there was a lot of highs and lows, and you let everything get to you mentally. It seems like this year, last year, especially these last 2 years, you've just been a lot more even. Um, Tell me a little bit about that and what made you figure out, or what helped you figure that out to be able to just stay on a little more level plane there.
You know, the first few years it was just a blur. You know, I look back and I come out here trying to prove to you. I try to prove to Speedy. I try to prove to them guys that I was supposed to be out here. And the last few years I've learned that, you know, not being mean, but it doesn't matter. You don't care what I do.
Right.
I don't care. I mean, you care about me. I care about you. But,
No, I know what you mean.
you know, when it goes into roping, it doesn't make any difference if I miss. You might ask me at lunch that day, "What'd you do today?"
Right.
And I used to think, oh, everybody always paid attention. And nowadays, I just do my deal, you know, and I don't live for rodeo, you know, and that's that's the huge mountain that I had to climb, you know, and to know now that I don't have to day in and day out. If I mess up, you know, it upsets you a little bit because you strive not to mess up. But you know, just knowing that when I'm go home that day, that I'm going to be fine, you know, and it took me a long time to learn that, because day in and day out, when you try to compete against the top guys in the world and you're not winning, it's frustrating. But you know, I just think it's a deal that you know, we just have to make sure that we're comfortable with ourselves. And I don't think that for years I wasn't. I just thought I was supposed to be out here instead of going about things, and it took me a long time to learn that. And now I feel like I'm out here, but you know, I wish I had these feelings years ago. But it's part of life. It's a building process, and that's what I've had so much fun with, because I can look back and tell people now, hey, that's what I went through.
Right.
And now that I'm you know, people can say, you know, me and you, you've talked about it, me and Corey Coons have talked about it, of how much I have changed, you know, and that feeling is good, because, you know, I can tell kids now, don't try to go through that. Don't put yourself through what I had to go through.
It's a learning curve that you got to go through.
It's true.
Well, it's cool to see, because you the people that, you know, maybe haven't known you for as long or whatever, and I think it's important for people to realize that when you come out here and you go through this, and you're right. Not that I don't care about guys out here, but I do a terrible job of watching other people, and not because I don't care about what they're doing, but I'm watching runs focused on my job. So at the end of the day, or the end of the perf, or the end of the slack, or whatever, I'm not paying attention to what guys did. I'm focused on what I'm seeing at the barrier, and I'm focused on my job. And so at the end of the deal, I may not know what you did.
Exactly.
And it makes me feel bad, because I'll go and guys will say good run if I made a good run, and I'm like, what'd you do?
Right.
Or I'll say thanks and not say nothing. They might have beat me, and I don't even realize they beat me.
Right.
And I'll ask later in the day, what'd they do?
Right.
Oh, they won the round. Oh,
Yeah.
shoot. And then I feel like a dummy, because they said good job, and I'm, you know, they probably think that I'm being rude because I didn't say good job to them, but I just don't realize it.
It's just being focused, though, and having the focus that, you know, Chase made a comment yesterday. We was doing a photo shoot up there at Ryan Motz's, and he made a comment yesterday of knowing that everybody comes out here to rodeo and they think the rodeo's, you know, just an easy life. But then when you rope with the elite guys, how focused they are in. And, you know, that day in and day out, I mean, I've always looked at it as it's a business. But always looked at, I know the 10 guys I know off the top of my head that take care of it as a business. And there's 11 through 500 or whatever it is, not saying they don't, but those 10 guys, they know what's going on.
Right.
And they know, you know, and some of them go through ups and downs and do whatever, which, just like me, I was the same way. I made the finals in 07 and didn't have very good finals, but learned from it, you know. And I think that's anything we do, you know, whether you go through a slump or whatever, just don't let it be a slump. Just not, you know, just learn from it and stay focused on that, where don't get caught up in what everybody else is doing. And that's what's helped us on our run, is if there's 3-4 threes in front of me, I don't get caught up trying to be 4-3. I get caught.
So going into the NFR, what place are you going in?
I think I'm fourth.
Fourth place in the NFR, and how far behind?
I got 90-something thousand. Church probably got 130, so I'm saying I'm
40,000. 30,000. So rounds pay 17,000, 18,000. That's less than 3 go arounds there. 2 to 2.5 go arounds. So it's anybody game at the NFR. Everybody knows that. Whoever has the best week, whoever gets on the best roll. What horse you riding? You know yet?
Man, I'm either going to ride my gray or the yellow that I rode this winter, one of the two. I don't really know yet. I used to start getting ready so early that I'd get burnt out by the 1st of November. Right. So now I start and wait about the middle of November. Give me a good 2 full weeks, and then I'm excited when I get there, because, I mean, you've been there enough. You know that it's so exciting, but you can't burn yourself out getting ready. So I just try not, and your horses get burned out getting ready too.
Right.
So I just try not to burn them out too.
Well, the thing I figured out at the NFR over the years is that you can go into it two different ways. You can go into it and go actually have fun at the NFR,
Yeah.
and you rope really good,
Yeah.
or you go into it trying to do more than you need to try to do, or trying to win so much, or wanting to do all this stuff, and you wind up not roping very good because you're not focused on just going and doing your job and actually having fun. And
Yeah,
when guys have fun, they win.
That's the thing is, a couple people from home's called and said, man, you got a chance to win the world and this. And, it goes through your mind, but honestly, I'm blessed to get to go to the finals. I'm blessed to get to win as much as I can win there. If I end up with a gold buck with the hen, hey, sweet. If I end up with the average buckle, sweet. And if I went up with a go-round buck, I'm literally that where in my life where 3 years ago, if you'd asked me, I'd have been bound and determined to get buckles.
Right.
But now, I'm just tickled to be there. I'm going to go rope the best. And when I leave there, we're all pumped to go to Odessa and start all over again. So,
Right.
Brad made the comment when I roped him that year at the finals. And he said, so many people get excited for the NFR. He said, but why don't people get excited for the starting of the new year? You San Antonio's sitting right there, Odessa, Denver, just going into Fort Worth and all them rodeos. And that's the truth, we live such a pattern life that, you got to stay excited all the time, and stay pumped. The NFR is great, but, blink of an eye, 10 days are over, so it's just a deal that I'm just glad to be there.
Well, appreciate you coming and
Sir.
being on here with us. And y'all look for Keven Daniel stuff on our tack room and our trophy room. And good to see you. Hope you do good at the NFR.
Thank you.